Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be. And welcome back to the channel, and welcome to something that we used to do back in the day of the podcast, and something that is probably going to be a one off, but we'll see how it goes. Welcome to a Raw on Netflix review. It's literally what it says on the tin. It's a review of Raw on Netflix. I am, of course, your host, as always, Dan, DP, as we all say nowadays, DPZ. Yeah! And I am joined, for the first time in 2025, by one half of the wonderful Pencilled In crew. It's Pencilled In Nikki! Nikki, how you doing?
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! How's your year been?
So far, cold.
Yeah?
Good. It's been really cold.
It has been really cold, to be fair. For you, it's colder though, because you're up north compared to me.
Yeah, we're where the cold lives.
The cold lands.
It loves us here.
But if anyone wondering, do not be alarmed. I am still Dan DP Tweezy. I just don't have hair. That's the difference. I shed for the winter. That's what it is, you know.
Are you not freezing? It's just you know what? Let's go all in with this cold.
Hell yeah, embrace it, you know. Just
yeah.
No layers, one short sleeve, like.
See, look, you belong up north. Just need your big coat, you'll be fine.
Honestly, like I would thrive in a cold environment.
You're too great up here.
my brain activates better when it's in cold than it is in heat.
Really, mine shuts down. So I'm obviously never operating at 100%.
But no, what was I say? Yeah, so as I said already, this is a Raw Netflix review, so literally, same as the show Squared for NXT reviews, it is going to be a Raw review in the same format where I'll go through what happens, and I'll pass it on to Nikki to give her thoughts on that specific segment or match. So yeah, without any further ado, have you got any comments before we get started?
Not yet.
Okay. That is what we call foreshadowing. So yeah, this is Monday Night Raw on Netflix for the 6th of January 2025. This is the first official WWE show on Netflix. Of course, in America, it's just on Netflix for Raw. In our market, in the UK, we have everything on Netflix. So we have Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, which is great.
Thanks.
Thanks, US.
It's been a smooth transition.
First things first, we see the reveal of the arena. We see a big tarp thing in the middle of the ring, like a big cube, sort of like Charlie XCX's Brat Summer stage thing, which is the giant brat carpet thing.
Yeah.
So we see that comes down, and we see Triple H in the ring. He was just standing there the entire time.
God bless him.
He's there, and we see the ring mat and the ring. It is plastered in logos now. There's a big massive Fortnite logo in the center.
Okay.
There's obviously the Netflix logo in the best bit for the hard cam.
Yep.
There is others I can't remember, and one more thing I don't want to talk about until we get to a later point in the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Triple H is here, and he's busy just doing a promo. Basically, there's a spotlight on him. It's the same Triple H promo that he does every single time that he puts on NXT. Basically,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're on Netflix now. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's about it, basically. And then he wants to show the globe who they are and how loud they can get. So he knows the answer to this, but he's going to ask you anyway. Are you ready?
Oh, ready.
The answer was.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. He leaves, lights go out. We hear like this weird like. They sound like a boomwhackers, like the sounds, like the little tubes you hear like whack whack like.
Oh yeah.
So we hear a few of those, and then it's The Rock. The Rock's here. He does a full-on 3-minute entrance. He is milking this entire.
Is that how long it was?
Yes, it was. He's there. He's standing. He has goosebumps. Yada yada. He comes down to the ring. He circles the ring twice. He gives a belt to, I think it was his daughters or granddaughters.
Yeah. No, it's his daughters. His younger daughters.
Yeah. And his mum's also there.
Yep.
Which is cool. That's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad he had his heel music though for this as well, because it's just like the cut into it. And it's like, okay, I know what I'm gonna get now. You know, like he's doing the initial hot dogging with the crowd and all that, and then he's gonna get into the heel stuff in the ring.
Yeah.
So this is perhaps the most boring Rock promo in the history of Rock promos.
Oh.
It's PR. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is the largest gate. We're on Netflix now. You can now watch it on Netflix as well as get a ticket. Back in my day, you had to watch it on Saturdays. Like, oh no,
the inconvenience of having to watch it on a weekend. Okay.
And the final point I've got from Rock's promo here is that he thanks Cody Rhodes, who is there in the front row, and he says one more thing to Cody as well. He says, "Tell Mama Rhodes that I said thank you," or something like that. Or how was that wording he said? And then Cody just laughs it off, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on the promo?
It was long. It felt long. The thing with Dwayne is he used to be a fantastic promo. He's not very good at like winging it, I don't think, anymore. Even if he was, I don't know. Like, but just sometimes I feel like he says a whole lot of nothing. I got the excitement and everything. I felt like he had some things he needed to get set, point out some Netflix things, point all that. It was fine, but it was very long and just, I understand the celebration, but it all felt a bit self-indulgent. But then again, that's kind of who he's supposed to be right now, I guess, anyway, so. Yeah, but I didn't really think all too much of it, if I'm honest.
That's fair, honestly. I will say there's a comment that I saw online, and it made me think more about it. Rock's promo, not necessarily the Netflix stuff, because that's just him being the CEO of TKO, or whatever it is. Like, he's doing what he's got to do as a businessman. I get that, but the comment to Cody and Amara Rhodes thing. This is being broadcast to a wide audience of new and lapsed fans of wrestling. They're not going to understand. Most of them aren't going to understand this.
That's fine. But I mean, they did a lot of catering to new fans that night, and it's great. But you also don't want to alienate the audience that have followed you through shit for the last however many years and have now journeyed over here with you. So you got to give them something too. So like, there's always this problem when it comes to like new, what about new eyes? Like, they'll learn. Google's a wonderful thing. Like, we were all new fans at some point, and we don't always need our hands holding and everything to be immediately obvious. Like, when me and Mike first started watching AEW, the Young Bucks, Dad and stuff, they were all in the middle of a big fight with Chris Jericho, I think. We had no idea what was going on. we quickly Googled it and found out, though.
Yeah.
So it's like, just sometimes you got to accept that you're going to step into, because it's not a new TV show, you're going to step into something that's already existed and already has a timeline, and there'll be things for you to latch onto that are brand new, and there'll be stuff that you might have to learn about. But I thought it was fine. I think it's a bit of an overreaction. You can't hold everybody's hand with everything.
No, exactly. No, I do agree with that. It's just in my own head, I was like, I don't know. It's like, is that necessary as a comment? Like, it's good for like the fans who do follow you and understand it. But
Yeah.
even like just pick a lane, because like it's not saying Cody should be laughing off necessarily because of all the history that's there.
Yeah. See, this is it. I didn't know whether he was trying to be TKO Dwayne Johnson in that moment, or was he being The Rock? So it's like, this is the thing. It's a bit line-blurred.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just took it as an off the cuff.
Yeah. No,
Say hey to your ma kind of thing.
That's absolutely fair. Because I was the same way. I laughed when I heard him say it.
Yeah.
It was just a case of
Like an inside joke, isn't it?
Like later on, I was like, I was reading stuff online. I was like, actually no, that's a valid thing. I will bring up and just see what Nikki thinks, pretty much. Like,
yeah. I guess to new fans, it might just be like, oh, he's saying hey to his mum because his mum's there. And then to anyone else who knows, it's kind of like, ha. You know, so it's like a little reward for being a fan.
I'm picturing like the families of like the partners, and like the one partner gets it, the comment, and then the one partner's like, what?
Yeah. And you've got to like pause it and explain. It's great.
Wait, his mother? Is this not a your mama joke sort of thing? Like, oh, but no. With that out of the way, it is time to go into the first match of the night. It is time for tribal combat. Now, if you want to go in between, if only between Samoans, because that's how it works, or Tongans.
Yes.
We have the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, taking on the tribal chief, Sikoa, in a battle for
CC.
In a battle for the ownership of the Ulafala, which is a necklace that has what's the word? Has meaning to their dynasty and their heritage.
Yeah.
I don't understand the full importance of it, but if you're from those areas and understand it, then you understand it. So if Solo won, he'd have permanent ownership of the Ulafala, as would Roman if he won it. But Solo would also have permanent ownership of Paul Heyman, which I thought was a bit of a weird something to add to it, but okay. And if Roman won, Solo would have to acknowledge him as a tribal chief, etc. stuff. So of course, in a new era, who would win? The new Gen Star, or the guy who's been in the company for like over 10 years at this point? Who would it be?
Wonder who?
It's of course Solo Roman Reigns with the spear.
Yep.
I rated it 3 stars. I've said it before on the podcast, and I'll say it again now. I'm very much a match quality kind of guy. I don't necessarily care for stories being told in the ring, which is why I'm a huge fan of indie shows, because there's not a lot of stories being told in indie shows. It's more just like that bombastic match. Yeah, great match.
Yeah.
And that's what I like better. But this was overbooked to all hell. We had
that's becoming the pattern.
that so much interference. We had Solo's bloodline. We had the Usos, Jimmy and Sammy. We had interference from Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, who ran in from the stage when he was front row earlier during the Rock's promo.
Just came out to keep an eye on him, I guess.
And also, Cody being able to wrestle normally in a full suit is still surprising to me. Like, he still put off great moves while dressed to the nines. Like,
just in dress shoes, sir. A cutter.
Yeah.
In a 3-piece suit and dress shoes, smooth as you like.
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mwah.
But
Chef.
other than all the interference, it was just the same kind of Roman match that we've been seeing for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
Face or heel, same formula. You know, slow build, get to a certain point, interference of some sort, builds up, spear, or Roman loses.
Yeah.
The only thing that helps as well is that the crowd went into this, and I always felt crowd hype helps with these sorts of things.
Yeah.
But other than that, 3 stars for me.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think overall, like this kind of bloodline saga thing, I am pretty over. We've seen this match a million times. We've seen in every like way it could be. You know, it's Jay and it's Jimmy, it's Jimmy, it's Jay. It's a tag team. It's 3-way. It's a multi-match. It's singles matches, and everybody's in play, but it's the same every time. So I'm so like kind of over the storyline. I'm really detached from it because I like I'm like you, but I like it both, so I can enjoy a story if the match isn't the best, but it adds something to the story. But I prefer just a really good match. Like I don't care if the story around it's loose, whatever the match, because that's what wrestling I'm here for. So, but it's just it's got to a point. It's just rinse and repeat. We all knew Roman was going to win. Overbooked. It was like mini mania, but inverted. So it was Roman getting the win. And I don't truly feel like this story is benefiting anybody anymore. Other than Jacob Fatu. Everybody loves Jacob. And put Jacob Fatu in Fortnite. You know, do that. But but yeah, and also
I love you, Solo.
Yes, but like, I mean, and this is it. The crowd will boo the shit out of Solo, but they'll all say "I love you, Solo" with Jacob Fatu, and I love that. But the other thing about it's a tribal combat aspect. So I love hardcore matches, death matches, and stuff like that. And I thought it was pretty weak. It was very watered down version of what
it's very tame for what it is to be an ODQ.
Very tame. Yeah, and like this is Netflix. Like you're telling us that you're all drinking alcohol on screen now. You're dropping swear words. You know, you're all getting a bit edgier. You're telling me that was the best you could do for a stick match, a hardcore match. So I kind of rated it a bit lower. I rated it at like a 2.5. Because I knew the outcome. I assumed overbooking. I assumed that we would see most of the people we saw. I didn't expect Kevin. So that was nice. I enjoyed that. But I always enjoy Kevin being a little bitch. So
yeah, I mean,
that's fine. But I just didn't feel like it's the first match after an hour and however long we've been sat here waiting for him to get the show on the road, because they've said that several times. This is the match, the first match. It's tribal combat, and that's what we got. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roman. No, wasn't needed. You are not a hardcore match person.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's fair. I also as well, like I enjoyed seeing Kevin Owens here too. It did catch me off guard that he'd be there. However,
surprise. The only surprise.
I just thought, isn't this flawed? His thinking on this, because Solo was part of that bloodline that destroyed Kevin Owens, like when Roman was in charge of it all.
Yeah, but he knows that they were all operating under. They were all under the guidance and operation of Roman, and so anybody who is actively against Roman is, in his eyes, currently Kushti, I think.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he won't come back round to Solo when he's dealt with this. But for now, having Solo on side benefits him.
Yeah, fair.
Because they're all fighting the same person, I guess. But he's just big mad, though. He's in his feelings, so
yeah,
it doesn't even have to make sense again. It's not.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, after this match, Roman's celebrating. Paul Heyman's there. They're gonna do the whole Ulafala, like crowning Roman Reigns in the Ulafala. However, before he could do so, out comes The Rock once again with no music this time. So there's no there's no like spotlight stealing here. It's just Rock coming down the rampway with no music. But the crowd
Yeah,
see
he just emerged. Yeah.
the crowd see it and react accordingly. He wants to hand that Ulafala himself to Roman. And Paul, rightfully obliges, because why would you deny The Rock? So Paul hands it over, and Rock puts the Ulafala on Roman. They do a handshake, and that's pretty much all there is to it. As Roman continues to celebrate, hold the one up in the air, while Rock stands in the corner and watches all this happening. And the entire time, I'm like, when's it happening?
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
At what point does Rock turn this around, hit a rock bottom, or something like that? Like,
yeah. I was assuming I was waiting thinking we'd get something like that.
But no, he just stands there and watches it all happen.
He's waiting till Mania,
Yeah, he's waiting until Mania to do the move.
Because we're still getting that goddamn match. We may have managed to push it back, but we're still getting that match.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, we are officially away from Bloodline stuff. We see a whole slew now of wrestlers in a WWE Skybox who they didn't feel were worthy enough to book on the show. And strangely enough, we see Kalani Jordan also in there as the only NXT representative.
Yeah.
It's just weird that
it's
weird that Trick's not there, or like Femi's not there, or just.
No, I need to watch that again as well and pause it and just see exactly who was there, but in case I missed anyone, but I didn't spot anyone else.
No, there was Kalani, Unholy Union, I Don't Know Fire. There was Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Mello was in there as well, right?
Too, yeah, he was, and so was
and
Dragon Lee.
Wasn't also was Theory Waller in there too? So all former NXT. So all former NXT were in there.
That's fair enough.
Basically, yeah. Oh, okay, all right. And then Kalani, so I expect to see her in the Rumble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're wondering as well, there were also some celebrities over here who probably got free comps to the show. We had Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian. We had Ashton Kutcher, who I think dated someone. I don't know what he's done. Michael Che from Saturday Night Live. We had Rey Mysterio, who's not a celebrity, he's a wrestler, but he's here too. As is LA Knight and the Viking Raiders. Couldn't put these guys either, could they? Also, Rapper Wale's here too.
I've got a credit to Ray though. He did his Eddie Guerrero tribute, because he will always find a way to get Eddie onto a show, and I will respect that. I believe his mask was also the same colour as Guerrero's tights when he won something. Someone pointed out the other day that his mask was also Guerrero's tights colours. Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah, bless him. That got me in the old feels for a second, but yeah, the little whip around the celebrities, especially showing Ashton Kutcher, I wouldn't really be willing to show. So yeah, except for Macaulay Culkin, because that boy loves wrestling.
Yeah.
I bet he bought his ticket.
Probably, yeah, honestly.
He wasn't sat with all the celebrities. He wasn't even sat with his brother. Kieran Culkin was the complete opposite side of the arena to him. He was with his brother. He was chilling up the corner somewhere.
Oh, but I love how McCoy just knew he knew to play the camera as well. He had his hat down. He was like, "Who is this?" He's like, "Oh."
Legend.
So good.
That guy is a fan.
Speaking of fans, it's time for another promo. So here comes John Cena. Do 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 do. He is repping new merch. The last time is now. Rather than his time, it's the last time. Which, has negative connotations if you're doing Make-A-Wish charity stuff, visiting kids who have terminal illnesses while wearing the last time is now on your shirt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. It's not...
Yeah, no, he won't be that stupid. He wouldn't be that stupid to wear
honestly,
to wear that around.
He might not be, but WWE can be.
Yeah.
It's like...
All right, well, I'm just going to put it out. I'm going to manifest that nobody does that. I'm going to manifest that nobody does that. Don't be stupid with that, please. Jesus. He didn't have Lou. It wasn't his cameraman.
Oh, I didn't know the name.
It was a different guy. I think he said Doug. I think he was like, "You ready to go to work, Doug?" And I was like, "Who's this Doug?"
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Yeah.
Why are you cheating on Lou?
You better have a good reason, Cena. That man has been with you forever.
So, yeah, he comes out. This is, again, another PR promo, pretty much. He talks up Netflix, how huge it is to WWE and the fans, etc., etc. Then we actually get into the main reason for why he's here. And he talks about his specific future. Who can he face in this final year of wrestling? He name drops people for reactions. He name drops Cody, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Gunther, etc. He talks about the realism of him winning another match, because it's been 2,446 days since he last won a match, which I didn't bother to fact check that, but probably is right. He says that he'll never have another title shot unless he can win something to earn it, like the Money in the Bank, Survivor Chamber, or maybe win the Royal Rumble. And then this builds up to the whole, can he win the Royal Rumble? Will he win the Royal Rumble? To which he declares he will win the Royal Rumble, as he, I'm assuming, declares his entry for it.
Yeah, I think that's what that was, I guess. He didn't promise anybody a WrestleMania, He didn't promise London a WrestleMania again, which is good. We like it when he doesn't come out and make promises he has no right to make. Just again, it was long, unnecessary.
Yeah.
But not unnecessary, because I guess, you've got new fans who dropped out when Cena was big. They probably haven't seen him announce that this is going to be his last run, so I understand them doing it again. But yeah, just because this whole show felt very segment heavy, I think I'm just a little bit like,
Yeah, and it's just that thing. I've got to cover it and just go through what happened and stuff. But
oh no, I completely appreciate it. But I thought it was. I think because I've already seen him say that, it wasn't news to me. But I guess to say someone who's not seen but used to watch when he was big shit and we're a big fan, probably oh, what? So I feel like from a new fan's perspective or an ex-fan's perspective coming back to it, that was probably a big whoa.
Yeah.
But for people who are watching it all the time, we're we know.
Yeah. Again, this just adds to that new fan versus casual fan versus experienced fan debate thing. But
yeah.
But yeah. So spoiler alert for anyone watching this, one thinking, oh, will he win the Rumble? He won't. This promo made it painstaking obvious he's not going to win the Rumble. And also that his opponent at Mania will probably be who eliminates him in the Rumble.
Austin Theory.
Yeah, let's run it back.
It would be deserved.
Yeah.
Because, do you remember Cena? This has bothered me since it happened. So before their match at Mania, Cena went out and shat all over Austin Theory.
You inspired me, John. You did. The hustle, the loyalty, the respect. I thank you for that.
And I don't care. Just like every single person in here, we don't care about you.
In such a disrespectful way, it doesn't matter if he beats me. He's crap. He's nothing. And I was like, he's just done. Took a huge shit all over this kid who's just come up to the main roster, has this big match against John Cena, and you've just come out and done that. And then obviously Austin Theory beat him to zero fanfare because Cena shot all over him and made it irrelevant before it even happened. So he owes him. So make it Theory. Because that lad's career has never recovered.
No, it hasn't, to be fair.
He's never recovered since that.
You know
and he beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
You know what? Who could use a big platform and beat Cena in his final year of wrestling?
Cody Rhodes.
True. But I'm thinking more along the lines of Ridge Holland.
Oh, okay. That'd be an interesting one. Just put him on the shelf forever.
Yeah.
Nice. That's Ethan. Oh no, that's Ethan Page at the minute, isn't it? Ethan Page is doing.
I would like just someone from NXT to do it. Like, build someone up while you're on your way out. Like, just.
He should.
Not trick.
Like a lot of people want it to be Randy Orton, don't they?
Randy Orton makes sense because of the history. It makes sense, but I'd rather it was just build someone in the future on your way up. On your way out, sorry.
I think that's what you should do, but it probably will be Randy Orton.
Yeah, I mean you could do it all at any point really. Like Mania, you could really build someone's profile.
Oh yeah.
Like Theory should have benefited from beating Cena, but.
Yeah, it never gets mentioned, and it's like, that's a big deal. This guy beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad for him.
I mean, Taker beat him in like 20 seconds, I think it was.
He's never recovered, bless him.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, he leaves, and we see more celebrities. We see Logan Paul. He gets booed. That's about it for him. We see more celebrities. We see actor Seth Green, and also we see Macaulay Culkin.
Hey, love him.
He's like the kid from Home Alone, but just older.
Yeah, he just loves wrestling.
It's just the face. Like most people lose their kid face. Like he still got it. Like
yeah. Like Haley Joel Osment and he looks the same as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. No. But I will give this, like, because obviously a lot of those celebrities have probably never seen a single minute of wrestling in their life. But there are some who are in there who definitely have, who are known fans. So Macaulay Culkin, Vanessa. She's a known fan. Seth.
I think
Green.
I think Seth Green was on there too. I think he did a Raw thing.
Yeah, he did the GM thing or whatever it is. He did a guest spot thing or whatever. So yeah, there was some legit Fluffy as well. Everyone knows Fluffy's a huge thingy fan. Surprised to not see Jelly Roll, if I'm honest.
I'm glad he wasn't there because he probably would have forced a song down our throats.
I don't mind Jelly Roll.
We see some more actors. These two I've never heard of before. O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Danielle Fisher. I assume just American films. American media. I don't know. Yeah,
not sure.
They also highlight two people who didn't get nameplates. So I don't know who they were because I didn't hear what Cole said. I could be asked to rewind it.
I can't remember off the top of my head either.
I think they were like.
Did they show? No, they didn't.
Or something.
Probably. There was definitely a bunch of suits down in the front row on hard cam side that looked like they were at a circus or something. They were like,
I mean, wrestling did start as a circus, so.
I love that for them. This is it though. They might become new fans. Who knows? But
yeah,
I don't. Some of them look so like.
What the fuck? Is that?
What is it?
So after this, WWE showcased more talent that they couldn't bother to book, as we see Naomi and Bianca Belair We would see Shinsuke Nakamura, the current US champion. These say no. Also, Naomi and Bianca are the current tag team champions for the women's side. All champions that couldn't be bothered, WWE couldn't be bothered to book on this, monumental show. So yeah,
Didn't have enough time, obviously, with the 3 hours.
No.
They are very much utilised every minute well.
We still see X-Pac, who's here. That's cool, I guess.
Oh yeah, he didn't have his little dog with him, and that made me sad.
Yeah. But yeah.
And then Topanga and What's It from Boy Meets World were there.
Oh.
They were behind him.
Oh, I didn't see that, but
They didn't have name slates. Yeah, I don't think they had name slates. But yeah, but she's a huge fan. She actually tweeted out like a couple of years ago that she would love to be put through a table. Yeah, so when I saw her there, I was like, nice, I'm glad to see her there. She was backstage.
It's a nice little thing, I guess, to want to have in your life.
Yeah.
just have that on the saying, I'll put for a table.
Yeah. Every wrestling fan has something like, I want to get hit by a chair, I want to jump off the top rope, I want to go through a table.
Yeah.
Like, we've all got something.
After that celebrity segment, we go back to the ring because it's time for the second match of the night, and we are only an hour and a half in.
It's an hour and a half. I think it worked out an hour and something, like an hour and between matches, an hour and 5. Between matches.
It is time for the WWE Women's World Championship match as champion Liv Morgan, along with Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Gonzalez, take on Rhea Ripley. Rhea's reaction from the crowd, by the way. Fuck it.
I love her.
Yeah, I love seeing Rhea get that reaction as well, because Rhea's an absolute star.
She really is. She really is. I love seeing her get all the just all the flowers.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So if you're wondering who wins the match, because this was initially meant to be a Mania match, according to reports, but they moved it forward to this show. So yeah, if you're wondering, we got a new champion in Rhea Ripley, who wins with the 2 Riptides. She does the old zombie strat of double tapping, basically, to make sure Liv stayed down.
Yep.
I rated this 3.25 stars. I enjoyed it. It wasn't any different from any other Rhea and Liv match that we've seen. However, once again, the crowd being involved in it helped. And, well, it's always fun to see Rhea in a match. I'm pleased for her to finally get, what's like her birthright in this championship. Because I can't picture someone else with that title. Even though Liv just held it. Like,
yeah.
It's like the belt is made for Rhea. Like, and Rhea is made for the belt, technically. It's just, I don't know, the 2 of them combined, the belt and Rhea, just is an amazing visual.
Yeah.
Again, I just got another query, about this match. Like, during the final pin, Dom, Raquel didn't want to get involved in the pin. They were just there.
Hadn't they been... Are they still there?
Yeah.
Are they still there?
Dom was at least.
Raquel, hadn't she been done away with?
She might have been.
She wasn't involved, and Dom doesn't really get too involved. Really, he's dead. He plays it like he's trying to do something, but he never really is. He's such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I think he realised, she's losing this, and immediately started turning back to mommy. So,
Yeah.
But that just leans into the whole he's a piece of shit. So he doesn't care, because I don't think he cares about who holds the title. He just loves whoever is the champion. He just loves a women's champion. He doesn't love the woman who has the title.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
don't think that's right, but that's fair enough. So yeah, what did you think about the match?
I gave it a 3.5. I enjoyed it. I love Rhea. I love Liv. I think that Liv has had a great run with this title. Her initial run obviously wasn't great. They didn't really have much faith in her. But she is fantastic. I think she's a great wrestler. I think she's actually a brilliant tag wrestler as well. So I'm excited for the potential of her and Raquel getting back together and doing all that, getting the tag belts again. They did like what you said. At the time they were allotted, which considering the length of the show, they got, I think it was like 12 minutes, if that, I think. I'm not even sure if it was that. But I felt it was a bit on the short side. I don't know why. It just felt like for a championship match and for something that's been going on for so long, you'd have a little bit more. But yeah, it was. I enjoyed the match. I thought both women gave everything. The crowd really into it. I thought it was fantastic. So, but yeah, like you say, we have seen it before. So I was trying to see it from, still try and see it from someone else's eyes, but I still think it would be about a 3.5.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, post match after this, we see Dominic attempt to rekindle the flame that he and Rhea once had. But
Shithouse.
yeah, nope. Rhea rightfully puts Dom in his place with a swift kick to the nuts and a riptide.
Yep.
Which
Had a go.
what like these like Dom is the punching bag for the entire women's division. Like Becky Lynch pelted him in the face with a full-on fist. Yeah, and I'm fairly certain Rhea just kicked him straight in the nuts. Like,
it's just a great example of fuck around, find out, and he keeps fucking around, so he will keep finding out, and when he learns, then it will all be fine. It serves as an excellent warning to people in general.
To a Shantae Adonis.
Like, yeah, come correct when you come to the main roster, Adonis, because you will get wrecked.
Oh, can you imagine the period like
They will ruin you.
He's trying to chat up Rhea Ripley, giving her the rose, and
Oh Lord, can you imagine? Oh, bless him.
But after that is not all, because post match again, Rhea celebrated on the ramp when we hear gong, and then we hear what's his name? Probably the guy's name now, top of my head. But the shitty music for Undertaker. It's Undertaker. He's on his bike. He wants Rhea's title clearly. Obviously, why else would he be here? Not to completely.
He didn't even look at her.
Not to completely ignore Rhea.
He didn't even look at her.
Yeah.
He went past her on the motorbike. He just didn't even look.
Goes right past her, goes around the ring on the motorbike, comes back up the ramp, fist bumps Rhea, and they both do the pose, the arm raise thing. That was it. That was Taker didn't do anything. He came out, rode around the ring, and posed with Rhea Ripley. Like, this took away from Rhea, personally.
Yeah. If I was stood at the top of the ramp celebrating my win and some old dude's fucking music hits, and then he comes out, rides past me, doesn't even look at me, comes up and then wants to put. I wouldn't still be waiting at the top of that ramp for him when he came up top. Like, excuse the fuck out of me, sir. I just won a title.
Like, Rhea.
Who the fuck?
Rhea's in like the pivotal moment of this show for her, and she's just got to stand there while this old man goes around the ring on the motorbike.
Yeah, and like, I'm not being funny, but he's on thin ice anyway, and I wouldn't want him endorsing me, so I just was like, I don't really understand what that was all in aid of. What's he got? They both wear leather, maybe, I guess. I don't know what the point was.
It was an aid of Raw on Netflix.
Let's shoehorn another old fucking here and But
we're getting there.
Mike made a point about this though, that he mentioned he had a thought on this, and it goes back to the new fan, the casual fan, and also like think of the audience. So getting someone like the Undertaker to give Rhea that, cool guy rub for some of the guys who are coming back to it before women's wrestling was a thing and maybe don't necessarily vibe with it yet, and it's just like an endorsement from one of the old guard. Not that she should need it, but he said maybe it's just like a rub for that corner of the audience that'll still be like, fucking women's wrestling. I don't know. Who knows? I just think I know it pissed me off, and I know it upset quite a few other people. Because it's just, I get it if it was Becky Lynch, I get it if it was Charlotte Flair, I'd even get it if it was Beth Phoenix or if it was another woman, but for it to be an old dude.
Literally, those names you just mentioned, it sets something up for the future. Whether it's at Rumble or Mania or whatever, it sets something up. Like, we're not going to get Rhea vs. Taker. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, this is just them shoehorning in a legend to essentially steal the spotlight, basically.
Yeah. And I know she said, like, hearing his music, like, the dong hit's really cool. So, like, I don't dispute for her. It might have been kind of a cool moment to just share that. But as someone watching on, it felt very self-indulgent on Taker's side a little bit. Like, hey, look at me, little victory lap for the match I didn't just win and have. And I don't know, it felt weird. So
I'd be very surprised if Taker even knew her name. That's how out of thinking is.
Didn't even know he knew what to do. They were like awkwardly whispering to each other, and then they did this, and I thought, she should get on the back of his bike and he should have to ride her out there while she's holding the freaking thing. But no, he made her walk.
Cool. That would be cool.
No. He rode off and she had to walk, so...
Like, what if he just came out... He came out, fist bump Rhea, acknowledge her straight away. Rhea, get on the back, right? He and he drives around the ring while she's holding the title. Like,
Exactly. That would have been fine. I would have been like, he's celebrating this with her too, fine. He's not trying to take this. But it really did feel like, and now I'm here.
Yeah. Hey,
look at me.
Hey.
If that had been me, there's no way I still would have been stood at the top of the ramp waiting for that old fuck to come up there to wave at me. I'm like, I'm going.
The awkward thing for me is like, just the camera zooms into Rhea and she's like, oh, let me just shine this up for him real quick. And she's like shining up.
He doesn't even acknowledge her.
Yeah. Fucking.
A glance, mate.
The state of this segment.
Fail. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm really glad Rhea won now. I am glad for Rhea, but I just felt like that really shot on the moment a little bit. I'm like, why are you here now?
Like, don't be wrong.
You weren't here.
Like, you could have done this. Kind of, I guess, for Liv. Like, not necessarily, like, if Liv had retained, you have him celebrate and whatever. Gong. Oh, shit. Dominic.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. Takes a fucking... I don't know. That's right. If he can I don't know if he can still lift people, but, like, something, a boot, like, whatever, but...
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Retired my ass.
Yeah, so we move on from that. We go backstage with Adam Pearce, who's talking to Bayley about the transfer portal. It appears to be Bayley's going to SmackDown. Raw, sorry.
But I think there should be something better for her there.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's all we get from that, because it's time for an interview with Adam Pearce, who's interviewed about what is next for Monday Night Raw following this amazing show. He's about to comment on something when he's interrupted by American Made, and more specifically by Chad Gable. Gable wants a singles title. 2025 is going to be his year and American Made year. He also wants to disprove the rumors that he has issues with luchadors. What rumors are these?
What rumors?
He's like, I want to prove I've got no issues with luchadors. I've got no issues whatsoever. I will beat them all. And he wants basically to fight a luchador. And Anna Bliss is like, well,
So it's going to be Rey Mysterio then.
well, Chad, I've got the perfect luchador in mind. When he's like, I'll make a phone call. Rey Mysterio was right there in the audience. Probably the greatest luchador who's alive, anyway.
It probably will be him, right?
No, probably not. I don't think so. It'll probably be the new signing.
Oh shit, yeah. Forgot.
There was a segment, I don't know where it was.
I didn't know that he had a problem with luchadors.
No,
This is news to me, Chad. You seem pretty chill with all the luchadors.
He's seen so much online talk about issues with luchadors.
I have no idea.
No, this is all news to me.
Okay, I guess. Let's see what you could do.
Is Otis a luchador? Does that count as a luchador, Otis, or?
I don't know where that came from, but whatever. We'll go with it.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, we see an Instagram video, which is from The Rock. He's just celebrating with Triple H and Solo Sikoa backstage, and he walks backstage, goes to his car, and he reveals that he will be at NXT this week. Cool. He goes like, if you smell, he's driving off.
Yeah. You know what, though, right? 2 things about that segment.
Yeah.
One, do you know he goes backstage and he's hugging everybody and he hugs Triple H and everything like that? Did you see how he left H hanging?
Yeah.
Did you notice?
I did.
He's like... That.
This is the fucking... the COO of the...
He just left Triple H dangling like a tit in the breeze. He's like, oh, you know.
This is like the head booker. This is the head of WWE, who you've also had the same career.
But he's the head of T. He's just big. He's bigger than him. So he's like, I'm a Dwayne. I'm Maui. Thank you very much.
I'm an order.
But yeah, he left him. He left him hanging, and then also, like, throughout, he's, like, got this bottle of tequila and he's sipping away, and then he gets in a car and drives off.
We're cool on Netflix. Yeah. We drink and drive.
Come on. Jesus. He's strutting about with a bottle of tequila. It's supposed to be tequila. It's not even, like, a little bit of watered down wine. This is hard liquor this guy is supposedly drinking. And then he gets in his huge car and drives off.
If you
They're just like... It smells like tequila. And danger. Let's not do that.
It smells like a road traffic collision.
Yeah, because he's got all stubbly as well. Yeah. It's like he looks like he's hungover as well. He's just walking around clinging his bottle of tequila. If you smell, and then driving. I don't know. Oh. So yeah, there was the moment we left him dangling, and then him driving off after like apparently drinking various tequilas throughout the night. I was just.
So yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is the Netflix era. We can't say "God damn" that gets blocked out, but we can drink hard liquor.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, if this Netflix era is just The Rock going around on shows drinking alcohol and going off saying if you smell, like I'm gonna enjoy that a lot.
Have you seen NXT yet? Have you seen him in NXT yet?
Not yet. Like legitimately, I love like meme culture in wrestling specifically. So if it's just him appearing on a show drinking alcohol and just anytime with if you smell, like I would.
Just chatting absolute shit.
I would love that so much, but do it every week. Like that's how you sell it on me.
I hope he's actively trying to do that. But yeah, watch NXT, finish NXT, and then we can talk about that tomorrow.
So yeah, after this, it's time for the celebrity merry-go-round. As we see more celebrities, it's Bill Simmons who has something to do with the Boston Celtics and NBA. we see.
I thought there was going to be a quiz at the end.
In the third round of Celebrity Roundabout, who was the first name shown? To be fair, that could be a question.
Like the cuddly toy conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Cuddly toy. Yeah.
Who was next?
I thought it was going to be like
that. There's two more execs, however, who don't get nameplates, so they are who they are. We see Vanessa Hudgens, who is apparently a big wrestling fan, which I didn't know until recently.
He genuinely is. So's Leanne Pinnock from Little Mix.
Yes, I saw Leanne's Instagram video, I think it was.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok video, sorry, yeah.
She probably put it on both, yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. She was like, that's what marking out over that they were playing her song, well, a little bit of song on the Royal Rumble 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, in the package. Yeah.
Which is cool if you just find out that, like, if you're a Laps fan, you find out they've used your song on their show, like.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be so jazzed. I'd be so made up.
Yeah, because you have to think, like, surely they knew about it. Like, so why didn't Leanne know?
Well, their label would have known about it, the people who handle the contracts and stuff, but they themselves might not know exactly where and what is using their music at all times, I guess. Okay. It's kind of separate to them.
Fair. But yeah, so we see Vanessa Hudgens, who is just a big nostalgia for me. High School Musical and all that.
Yeah.
We also see Michelle McCool, who's sitting next to Live Valkyria. We'll see Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control, and Miz is there too. But Miz does not get a little camera shot, which is very strange.
Yeah.
Every wrestler's getting one. Who's there? Just not Miz.
Oh, but he got a little talky bit, so.
Oh yeah.
I guess it balanced out.
Yeah. So speaking of music and musical stuff, it's time for the next match of the night. We get a full-on Travis Scott like sing along.
He comes out. Right, again, so we've had hard liquor, we've had drink driving, we've now got someone coming out and doing some live gardening.
Yeah.
And that's not planting some stuff. He's just getting right on in there with his herbal remedies in a crowd.
Yeah.
With kids there.
Yep.
It's like, yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's there in the crowd in like one of like the main like the concession areas. So he's there, and then out comes Jey Uso. Cool.
Yay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not my scene, Travis Scott, so it didn't do anything for me. I'm sure. I'm sure there are others who did appreciate this, who are big Travis Scott fans. But you know, for me, nothing.
No, I know who he is and stuff, but I'm not really a fan of his music. I thought it was probably great. I did think it was a bit odd to come out rocking a joint.
Hey,
but I guess it's legal. It's legal there. It's legal in that state, so fair enough. And I don't know what their rules are with that kind of stuff. Like, any British TV would get absolutely killed for that. But it's Netflix. I guess we're trying to see what we can and can't do. I just find it so funny that they can't say "God damn," that gets bleeped out, but you can come out smoking marijuana. You know, I'm very pro marijuana.
Any other swear word on the planet, like you can just say any of them.
It sounds like you can't say fuck as well. I don't think the fuck got bleeped out. I'm not sure, but goddamn gets bleeped out mostly. I'm not too sure, but yeah, get yours.
Yeah.
If it, have fun with it, chill out. I'm just not sure if smoking it in a crowd of people when there's kids in the audience is probably the wisest move. But that's probably just.
They're
me.
They're innovating the future generation of smokers.
Yeah, this is the thing. It shouldn't really be necessarily seen as such a terrible thing. No. But I just don't think it's responsible to be in a crowd with it.
I fully understand that because, like, as a member in the public eye, you should be setting a better example, especially in a setting where, as you said, he's in a very public setting among adults and kids. So
Yeah.
and there's a thing in the industry called passive smoking. Like, so while the kids are not actively smoking, they're gonna get the fumes that spread all over the ether. So, like, unintentional or not,
I know
just
it's
an issue.
only.
You know, it's
Yeah, I know it's only a small amount and everything, and like nobody in the immediate vicinity is really going to have any effects. It's just like you don't want your kid going, "What's that he's smoking?" Because you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes in here. So what is he smoking? It's like, I've got to have a conversation with you now, which is fine for older kids. But I just noticed there was like a proper little girl behind him, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, it's not the best look.
If it was this is it. If it was a say, because I've been to indie shows where people have it or whatever, but outside. But those aren't kids shows. Like kids aren't welcome at those shows, so you don't expect kids there.
Yeah.
Like so, it's a bit more responsible. Like people drink more and whatever when there's no kids. If it's a show where there's no kids, fine. If it's legal in the state, go on. But if there's maybe like the potential of like a full-on toddler being stood next to you, maybe don't walk into a crowd of people smoking a joint.
Yeah, it's not the best, is it?
But yeah, I think it's just WWE trying to show how edgy and cool they are and how like in current culture they are. I think that's all that really was, all of it. Yeah. All the different celebrities and everybody on show, I think that's what it was. Look how in and cool we are with all these famous people.
So yeah.
Do you feel cool? Do you feel like they're really cool?
Gee whiz. I can't wait to learn.
You've got so many celebrity friends.
And we can all do that together. Let's cultivate an atmosphere for the young generation.
I would love. There are so many different wrestlers I would legitimately love to just like have a little circle with. Just a little gardening circle.
Jesus. Anyway,
he's like,
this led into the third match of the night. It was Jey Uso, who was apparently with Travis Scott, taking on Drew McIntyre. Jey wins following a roll up, following from a missed Claymore. I rated this 2 stars. It was the deadest the crowd's been so far in the show, and I don't blame them, because despite his character and his, for lack of a better word, aura, Jey Uso isn't that guy. Not in the ring anyway. And Drew can only do so much. It went for about 10 minutes, the match, and I'd say it went 10 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot why this match was happening.
I did too, honestly.
I couldn't remember where it came from. And I forgot it happened. Which isn't ideal.
I don't know. Showcasing these two in the ring with whatever their program is, when you've got a bunch of other wrestlers and champions and whatever being shown in the audience, it's not the best look.
No.
Well, what are your thoughts on the match?
I think that that's kind of a fair rating, to be honest. I didn't really... it just kind of... By this point in the show, I was starting to tune out because it was turning into what I thought it was going to be, which was like more filler than like time on your talent and show it you're wrestling. So I was kind of getting a little bit like, oh god, like there's been so much talking. And I just didn't feel like this was It was fine. But I honestly don't remember too much about that one. I forgot it even happened. So I like Jay. I enjoy Jay. I don't think he's the best wrestler in the world. And I enjoy Drew, but I don't really necessarily enjoy the pairing of them two.
That's fair. Yeah. I just think, I don't know, Jason needs something and it's not coming to what he's doing.
I think when he gets back into tagging with his brother as well, I think it'll all kind of fit nicely again soon.
And who knows, they might, start incorporating more of the Devil's Lettuce in their gimmick. Who knows? So yeah, after this travesty of a match, we go back to stage again, and we see Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, who is literally promoting Netflix as he's wearing his fucking WWE and Netflix t-shirt.
That's fluffy.
Yeah, it's fluffy, I guess. I'm not familiar.
He's just a very well-known wrestler, like WWE fan. He's like a huge.
Yeah.
He always has been. Loves them.
No, I know Gabriel Iglesias. I don't know Fluffy.
Yeah. Oh no, that's his nickname.
Oh, fair. I didn't know that. But yeah, he's here, and basically they're promoting the Netflix show that he's in. When he's cut off by New Day, who want to say their piece. Where's their time? Which are all valid questions. But unfortunately, they run out of time in the segment. However, here come Alpha Academy, who are just wasting time apparently. But we are out of time. But they keep talking. But we are out of time.
Yeah.
And then they leave. Gabriel's like, New Day sucks, whatever. And then New Day want to speak again. And then we are actually out of time.
Yeah. The whole vibe of the night, because they come up a few times, don't they, trying to speak. The whole vibe of the night is just like, fuck New Day.
Yeah.
And I kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Just fuck New Day. Because even Topanga and that there was a backstage segment of them for Boy Meets World, even they wouldn't talk to him. It's just like, fuck New Day. Here's the general, is the current gimmick.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
No, I like
I
it.
like
Though. It's better than what they were doing before. Like.
Yeah. Like, it's nice, it's fun.
Yeah, it's different as well, which is what I wanted for New Day for years. As well, like.
So, yeah, that's what I mean. It's fun because it's new and it's different for him, and I like it.
Exactly. Nikki, can you feel it in the air? It's approaching.
Jesus.
I didn't have to. I didn't redo that bit. It's time for a vignette for WWE 2K25, as we see Roman Reigns with Ula Fala and Paul Heyman in what is totally not a pre-recorded segment. They're saying something like, "Oh, we need to do something big, something monumental, something pivotal," and then Roman says nothing. He's like, January 27th, January 27th, and then Paul's like, January 27th. Yeah. January 27th. And then they go through a door and it says like the WWE game on the door.
Okay. Yeah.
I know it's I know it's an advertisement. I know it is, but it's just I don't know.
Could have been a match.
They didn't need to put it on TV. That's very easily a Twitter thing.
Yeah.
Now, Nikki, it's time. Nikki, what do you do when it comes crashing down and hurts inside? Nikki, you've got to take a stand. You don't have to hide.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christmas.
Because, believe it or not, in 2025 we are graced by the presence of the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, there we go. Hulk Hogan, who is tailgated by Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart, by the way, did you see his face? At first he was like, yeah, like for 2 seconds, and then he went, and then just stood there with the flag, occasionally waving it. Just fuck.
It's the best moment in wrestling history that I can think of, like modern. Like,
I'm so proud of every single person in that crowd who booed.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I am so proud of and that guy. There's a guy who's on the front who's literally like, legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
So, for those who aren't aware, he comes out, music's blaring, and then as soon as the music drops and they're standing there, Hogan and Hart, just instant shower, boo,
Just boo.
Amazing. And apparently Netflix did try and cover it up as well. Apparently, I never heard it.
Yeah.
But apparently they tried to cover it up.
It sounded like they tried to add some cheers in there, but it didn't work.
No.
There were some cheers, obviously, because there's always going to be. Like, there's always going to be some woos. But, yeah, no need. Why are we spending money on this guy? This doesn't scream new era to me. This screams... I don't even know what this screams. This is like... You don't know your audience, do you?
No.
You don't pay attention to them. You don't listen to them. Like, that man is so inherently bigoted.
Yep.
And open about how bigoted he is. And the fact his beer and how that even came about, and the fact that the label for that is on the ring. How are you going to say wrestling is for everybody and then have this racist transphobe come out waving his little flag and then have his goddamn bigot beer that he created in response to a trans person get an endorsement from a beer company?
Yep.
Like, on your mat. How misguided and just buried. Like, how did that even... I don't even know how that comes about, because I've worked on shows for Netflix, and I know how things go for them, so I don't even know what the fuck went into that for them to even be okay with that. But fuck Hulk Hogan. Iron Sheik said it. He doesn't deserve anything.
No.
Not a goddamn thing.
Spill Hulkamania. So Hulk talks. He tries to name drop other legends to try and get the booing to calm down. He's like, I've worked with amazing partners like Randy Savage. Boo.
Didn't you mention Ric Flair as well, which was like...
He was like,
I can't remember if he said Flair as well. It's like, no.
I work with giant partners like Andre the Giant. Boo.
No one cares, man.
Like, and then he promotes his beer, and it's like, it's a real American beer or something, I don't know. And then it's like, okay, cool, thanks everyone. And you can see it. He's trying to keep face with it, but you can see that he is disappointed in the reaction, which is the best part.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can like, it's not, unless he just doesn't ever speak to anyone else or see anything that's written about him ever. I don't know how he can not even think that there could be a negative reaction to him. And then No, and yeah, I just thought it was just dumb and embarrassing and a waste of time. It could have been, someone who is current, who is relevant, who is actually contributing positively to the wrestling space, could have done something there. But no, you're going to do this. And it was when he decided to be like, and you guys have been the best tag team partners and you were stuck through me. While they're all booing you.
Yeah.
Just through the barbershop window.
I think he might be deaf. Or hard of hearing or something. Like,
I think he's fucking dumb. He's just fucking dumb.
Yeah. The fact that you could have had a much better legend out for this. And someone who's up and coming. You could have used a Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is so good at turning moments like these. Not the Hogan, I mean like before Hogan. Like, coming out being like, you're all here to see me. You all paid your money to see Grayson Waller, the Grayson Waller effect or something like that. And then have Austin come out or something. Like, just hear the glass shatter. Like, oh shit, it's Austin. Like, you know, like, there's
so many other people. Mick fucking Foley, for God's sake. Yeah. Like, you could have even brought Mick Foley out. Someone, just anyone, but no.
You could have brought The Rock back in his massive car and tequila.
I think, as well, what's disappointing with it is the fact that, like, so earlier in the day you saw the picture of when Terry rocked up to the, like, red carpet, whatever, and he's got his MAGA shirt on. Yep. And the internet was already like, fuck that guy, what? And they still chose to let him walk out there. Like, pay attention to what people are saying. You need to pay attention to what your audience and your fans are saying before you do something like that. You had every chance to pull it, and you didn't.
We shouldn't be too surprised.
You could have pulled it.
This is a company that's still to Saudi Arabia.
Don't even.
Like,
a Rumble?
I don't know anymore. I really don't know.
We're going backwards. It feels like we're going backwards.
We kind of are. But yeah, after that, they leave, finally. And now we're done with the padding. It's time for the main event. Match 4 of the night of at this point, 2 hour, and I think it was 2 hour 20, I think it was at this point. Show.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins taking on CM Punk. And I will say, I know I've said this for years, but not on the podcast. CM Punk has the best wrestling theme. And I'm not biased.
It's a good one. It's one of them. It's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
But I'd agree with you. It's a good one. Yeah.
I sing it every time because I'm not. I just really like the theme. I've always like the band as well behind it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, the match itself, Punk wins following a lucky GTS. Like, he literally hits it, Seth bounces off the ropes and falls onto a kneeling Punk.
Yeah.
It was a very good way of setting that one up. I rated it 3.5 stars. So for me, this is match of the night. But no, it's not saying much particularly.
Yeah.
It obviously wasn't the most technical match. It wasn't the fastest match. It wasn't the strongest match. But it had a little bit of everything to it. And that's the key thing. Like, I'm not a big Seth guy, but Seth is arguably one of the best wrestlers in the company. I won't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk is getting there. Like, he's getting back to where he used to be because he's wrestling more regularly in a more controlled environment where he can be himself more, as opposed to where he was before.
Where he can be kept on a shorter leash and kept an eye on more, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this match. I think it went a little too long, in my opinion, but I'm okay with it ultimately because it was the main event.
Yeah.
And it was send the fans home happy in one way or another because, you know, you're gonna cheer Seth, we're gonna cheer Punk, so it's
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty all I had on it, really. Just overall a good match to end the show.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I give it about 3 stars. Just because for how juicy their kind of rivalry has been and felt for me anyway. I was expecting a lot more, especially from Seth, actually, like aggression between the two of them. I was expecting them to kind of get a little bit more into it, because even though these two genuinely in realities don't necessarily like each other, they can work together. Seth has done that in the past with people that he dislikes. Matt Riddle, he can work with them. He's willing to work with people. Punk mostly is the same, and I was thinking like because there's that like underlining dislike, but obviously the want to give people something, I was expecting a lot more. So it didn't really give me what I was hoping for. It was kind of middle ground. It was neither too aggressive or, crowd were big into it. They were nicely split. There was like, let's go Rollins, CM Punk chants. I love it when you get that balance in the crowd. Everybody was excited. I thought it was, like you say, it was match of the night. I don't know if that says a lot because, like, there were great matches, but wasn't anything that just blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if I found it a satisfying ending to their whatever it is they've had going on, but if it's the ending of it, it's the ending of it. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I didn't know who was going to win going into it, so I was actually quite pleasantly surprised with how it went, and it did feel like we had a couple of nice near falls, that kind of. But yeah, it was pretty nicely neat, tidy, in a bit of a bow.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And, obviously reports online and wrestling journalism is to take them up with a pinch of salt always, because nothing is guaranteed to be correct on the reports. But this match, along with the women's title match, was apparently scheduled to be on Mania itself, and they brought it forward to this Raw show. So I don't know if it was the right call.
That's got to piss Phil off though.
Yeah, and also it makes you wonder, like, what is the plan now for Mania for the individuals that were moved to here?
To see from the Rumble, I reckon we're probably still going to get Seth and Punk at Mania anyway.
That's fair.
I just think I think we will.
I mean, at some point we could do a Rumble predictions thing as well, like as a preview sort of thing. But
I love a Rumble.
Yeah, same.
Rumbles are my favourite.
Favorite, yeah.
It's what make I love a Rumble, mate. I fall asleep to a Rumble. It's like ASMR.
10, 9.
But like this, I'm counting wrestlers.
Just jump over the fence like 1, 2. There's Punk. There's Rollins. There's our truth.
Swantons. But yeah, overall I enjoyed the show. It just felt like a big advert for Netflix. It was. I honestly though, like both me and Mike were saying this, don't feel like it kind of was more of a special. I don't think this is what Raw's going to be like.
No.
I think that was one off. I think we'll maybe next week we'll get something a little special, but then we'll fall nicely back into this is what we're actually getting.
Yeah.
But,
and also, if you've seen the matches that are announced for next week's Raw, it's definitely not to throw shade on the current roster as it is, but it's definitely a downgrade in the sense of the star power.
Oh really? I've not seen it.
So we've got I can't remember two matches off the top of my head. There's the women's Intercontinental title final match between Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria.
See, I thought we were supposed to be getting that on this one.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And the other match I remember is a Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser match.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be a good match.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually maybe start seeing some like actual matches now, which I think is important for them to say like, here's all our shiny, and here's all our fun, and now here are our wrestlers.
Yes.
And our wrestling, it's such a shame that Dragunov isn't here.
Yeah, because like while like Sheamus and Ludwig are good wrestlers, they're not on the same level as like a Rollins, a Punk, a Roman. Like they're not on that level yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheamus is probably
not yet. No,
but
maybe. But I think now's what they're going to start doing is like showing us everybody, like showcasing people over the next couple of weeks. Ready for obviously we've got the Rumble, so we need to new eyes need to know who people are. So they can't always have just top card. We need some mid card, some lower cards, so that we've got an idea roughly of some people to root for. just trying to remember that new eyes are on this as well. So
yeah.
But if you tuned into it wanting wrestling, didn't get it necessarily.
You're probably better off going to a different wrestling company for this week if you want wrestling.
Yeah, New Japan, AEW, Ring of Honor, like GCW. I've had some really great shows over the last few weeks as well. But like that's the thing, joy of watching everything is I get everything out of my wrestling. But if you just watch one thing, kind of doomed to like what they want you to see, and then you miss out on loads of other stuff. So I get that stuff elsewhere, and I enjoy the characters and the stories and some of the, you know, the not like the nostalgia and everything of WWE. And I've been really enjoying what they've been giving us on Raw lately, so I'm really hoping that we had this week isn't what they're going back. Like, we're not going back there.
I really hope not, because that would mean every week we get Hulk Hogan appearances to promote his beard. Which I really...
The rumour that he was disappointed and they've decided that they're thinking about turning him heel and bringing him back as a heel to benefit another wrestler. And I'm like, if I was that other wrestler, I was like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with him. So I'm hoping that is literally just a rumour and it stays a rumour, because that would be WWE reading the room and then setting the room on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a very weird scenario we're in right now. But I just said, like, hopefully next week we see a bit more of the wrestling side of things.
Yeah, you know, I want people to see what they are.
It's a wrestling show.
Yeah.
You know? it's not
but in a 3-hour show to only get, I think it works out an hour and I think we got like an hour and 5 of actual wrestling all together. And in a 3-hour show, I don't think that's...
When you've got a wrestling show and just about a third of it is actually wrestling.
Like, think about it this way. If you were in the arena, you spent a couple of $100 or quid on a ticket, and then the majority of what you're watching is VTs and pre-film stuff that's up on a screen somewhere. Have you really got bang for your buck? I don't think you have. So, I feel like for the ticket price that they definitely asked for what they got.
I guess, in the ring, but...
You see him from a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Macaulay Culkin, great. Good for him. He can see.
He's got a cap, yeah.
He gets to take away his chair. I've got to fold mine up when I'm done. But yeah, I would have been pissed off as a fan of wrestling overall if I'd have spent money on a ticket for a show that was a showcase.
Yeah.
But not of wrestling. It was a showcase of WWE in its entirety. But I got more from New Year's Evil than I did from Raw. And I think anybody who is wanting to feel what WWE can offer them, watch New Year's Evil.
Yeah. I feel like as someone who's only watched half of the show, that I get that feeling as well.
2-hour show, we got lots of wrestling, we got story, we got titles, we got all sorts. Done, dusted, no messing around. Fine.
Yeah.
And we also got The Rock too, so...
Yeah. In your face.
See, Cena was probably there, we just didn't see him, alright? Calm down. Ooh. We had all the stars.
Controversial. Wait, Nikki, where'd you go? I'll see you. But no, with that in mind, that does bring an end to the first Raw review of 2025. Will there be more? I don't know, maybe. We'll see how it goes, really. And see if we have time and if I have time to edit and whatever.
Yes, I'm happy to talk about Raw. Anytime.
Uncut.
Anytime.
Uncensored. So we can say things like, God damn it.
God damn it. I did find it funny though. Like on NXT, they said there is a swear word thrown, and then almost immediately after they say "God damn," and that got beeped out, that got blanked out. Well, they've got, like I say, the America and their rules are different.
Yeah, we will talk NXT on the next show squared. But until then, this has been the Raw Review. I've been Dan DePreezy. This has been Nikki. Nikki, where can people find you and your brand?
You can find us on X and Blue Sky and TikTok, and you can find us on Instagram as well, Pencilled In Nikki, or Pencilled In. And then we also have a lovely Discord where the links are in all my bios and all my social media for anyone who loves wrestling to come and talk. We have no tribalism. It's not allowed. And it's a real fun place to be. And we have quizzes. And we have a silly goose.
We do indeed. There is a weird goose character in there. Don't know who that is though.
There's a silly goose in that there Discord, but yes, and everybody is welcome. So yeah, you can find us there.
That is lovely. That is lovely. And in regards to the channel itself as well, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, share the video, comment what you like, what you dislike. Do you agree? Did you like Raw? Did you dislike Raw? Tell us why. Did you appreciate Hogan's comments, or did you not?
Oof.
Well, open the can of worms.
Where was Becky Lynch? Answer in the comments below.
Yeah, exactly. But where was she? Where's John Cena? Couldn't see him after he disappeared.
Nope.
But no, as well as our outlets on the channel as well, they're not actually on the overlay, which is my fault. But we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter or X, we're on Twitch apparently, and we're also on Blue Sky, which is the better X.
Yes.
Very
much so.
Everything there is HW Show, except Blue Sky, which is like hwshow.bsky.app or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything HW Show on there. So if you feel so inclined, give us a follow on there, and also on our own accounts. For me, Twitter X is just DePreezy, only one I use for my own brand. As for Nikki, you've heard everything for hers, and everything will be
Pencilled In Nikki.
Everything will be in the description below as well.
Yay!
So once again, I've been Dan DePreezy. This has been wonderful as always, Pencilled In Nikki, and we will see you next time.
Bye.